Hello, everyone. Welcome to, September. Wherever you are in the world right now, it means the season is changing to something different. I'm Paul. Welcome to this class that could transform your life if you let it. You know, as a transformational coach and businessman, and also as a person involved in working towards bettering the lives of those who are looking for change within their own lives, I know that it's so easy to worry and stress about our future. Our world as it now stands is demanding more and more from each one of us. And that's pretty obvious. So please do share in the comments box about how you feel about this class, as it gives me then insight into new content as we go along. This may be my class that I'm sharing, but without anyone being part of it, no one can grow. So please feel free to add. Tonight's big question is, how can we master the current status quo? And how do we build our creativity and find our new place in this world? Well, this could be the greatest opportunity of our lifetime if we learn not only to endure and overcome, but also in honoring our innate kindness, our inner strength, and our courage that really lies within each one of us. So just listen up a little right now. Leadership isn't just for CEOs and presidents. We can all lead, because leadership is mostly about a mindset, and it's about creating a detailed way of doing things. Taxi drivers can lead, street sweepers can all lead, teachers can lead, as can managers, artists, salespeople, and anyone who knows themselves to be leaders and feel like that, if they want to, of course. Remember, the number one rule to always work with, to lead, is to serve. We need to know that at the heart of this type of mastery, it requires consistency. We've all heard that the thing that you most fear carries your greatest growth. Well, in this chat right now, I'm going to share some gems of insight and some inner wisdom with you so that you can dive deep within and begin to see some aspects of ourselves that we can then transform into its highest potential. So firstly, here's the question. What is it that you fear the most? Do you know what it is? Or are you yet to discover that part of yourself? Well, who was it in our history that said that we often fear achieving success in our lives? Let's look at this for a few moments. Leadership has less to do with authority and more to do with the mindset. Because where a victim would see a problem, a leader is going to see an opportunity and put it into place. One of the biggest moments of our lives when we are feeling overpressurized and overwhelmed, I'd say, is to learn to lead where one is planted. It's when we learn to start exactly at the point where one stands. Remember that much of winning is just beginning something, because the true measure of our leadership is how we actually perform in these volatile conditions versus those times that we have of ease in our lives. And a deep part of leadership is to aim for what I like to call an iconic status in our life. And really, let's ask, why be in it if you're not dreaming of being in the big book of life? The legends in my life that were created by me, recognizing how kind, how decent and ethical along the way these legends all were. So whilst our health should be the golden chalice of choice, our energy should also be way more valuable than intelligence. You already know that all change is hard at first and messy in the middle, and then incredibly glorious at the end as we achieve it. But criticism is the price that brave people pay to achieve that iconic or legendary title. But it's really a small price to pay when you are healthy, when you're happy, and you're able to lift people upwards instead of bringing them or dragging them down. And this brings us really to the heart of the subject matter for this chat tonight, which reads, how can we master the current status quo? How to build our creativity and find our new place in the world? Do you know how to do this for yourself? Well, we certainly do need to value solitude as well, because it's what brings out our creativity. And we've often shared this on this channel about how one should be guarding our dreams from the voices of dissent, how to refuel our creativity and get far more done through choosing goals and focusing on achieving them, whilst being free from the non growth aspects or details that distraction brings to our lives. You see, by utilizing our creativity, we become leaders, simply because we step into newness each and every day instead of living in the old, hoping for change. Remember, I mentioned earlier about living an iconic life. Well, let me suggest you think about that for a while and then begin to put that all into place each day, because those small daily micro wins, when done continuously over time, always lead to staggering results. And I'd like to invite you to spend a few minutes with me right now as we examine ways that we could head towards living an iconic life for ourselves. And I'm going to give you some great pointers to get yourself on that road towards it. Becoming iconic in your own life has far less to do with natural talent and one's divinely blessed gifts, and it's much more to do with relentless focus. And yes, it may be necessary that you take all of this to the absolute point of obsession, mainly because it will also take repeated, regular practice and a determined attitude. So here are some of the jewels of the moment that we can all work with when planning to move towards that iconic movement of loving self-leadership that one is manifesting in one's life. Number one, disrupt or be disrupted. And this means that you need to be the one who makes the change and not just sit around waiting for anyone else to do it for you. That's ultimate. Number two, always be the most honest person in every room and in every way. It is said that the truth hurts, but it also does remove any falseness that may be present around you and within you. Number three, saying that you'll try is actually expressing the, well, I'm not really committed process. Number four, remember that the secret of passion is purpose, because when you know your why, then all those hows then just start suddenly showing up. Number five, if you're the smartest person that you know, then it's time to know new people. Number six, be the game changer and outlearn all the people around you. Remember, you are going for the iconic version of yourself. The creative people love learning. They simply love it because once you know more, then you can achieve more. Number seven, to make more, then help more people, because leaders without any title talk about ideas with others, but they also dream deeper than others too, and they share it. Number eight, work on developing a need for paying attention to detail through creating a state of focus around you. In other words, pay attention to what is happening around and within you. When we wish for a world-class experience in our lives, then it's also about winning at the small stuff that others and everyone else may not even care about. Number nine, be willing to do what needs to be done and go and do it. Even if you are having to clean toilets, do it with all the pride and love that you can muster. Be flawless and have passion for each work opportunity, because even a factory line worker has dignity and great honor when we are present in that very moment. And number 10, last but not least, lean into your fears. Commit to what frightens you. Life is way too short to play small. And the only way through to the big stuff is to conquer, well, the small stuff. So that's how we conquer the current status quo. We accept the work we need to do, and we begin to transform our old self into a new iconic version of ourselves by leading ourselves forward. You could even say that work equals woke if you wish. There are two types of income. One is an external process, which involves things like money and title. And then there's the internal aspect, which includes pride in doing great work and pursuing our self-mastery. The ordinary will chase the first, but that is really just about living in a state of survival based on the pretext that, well, less is more. The iconic and exceptional want the last part of it all. They are most interested in pursuing their own mastery and achieving lasting happiness for themselves. So if you want to never lose the sparkle in your eyes and your sense of wonder about the things that most people take for granted, then realize that leadership, business, family, and life are truly awesome experiences and are all inclusive, but may require different hats that we need to put on as we go along. Don't miss the simple rewards of standing for world-class reasons to celebrate your life by living as a leader of your own life in every multifaceted way that you can do so. Again, I'm going to bring up this question. Do you know how to do all of this, or does it feel like an uncertain minefield to you? Well, our dynamic 12-week course, which is titled Are You a Star?, contains a multitude of special coaching work, gems of insight, and it provides one-on-one transformational time with either myself or with Nico. Here at Life Coaching for All, our goal is to ensure that every one of our clients begins to see themselves in new ways and in ways that they have not as yet even imagined for themselves. The Are You a Star course content is available. You're warmly invited to discuss it with us and see how it can completely transform the way that you think, feel, and act in a world that often seems determined to take us to its lowest levels at times. Do go through those 10 points again that I've raised in this class, and perhaps you'll be able to work on making each one of them iconic within your own daily life. Feel free to book our no obligation one-on-one call in the links that will be made available below this video. And just so you can discuss participation in our course and getting and gaining that extra traction that you will need to work on as you work on maneuvering into that iconic leadership through self-mastery status that you can see yourself living. Another great point to consider is that we should remember that the things that get scheduled are the things that get done. So let's remain those decent, kind, and loving people, because at the end of your time, you'll have wished you were these things. And I'm hoping that these insights on these deepest, most meaningful aspects of self-leadership have helped you multiply your productivity, increased your creativity, and has magnified your impact on the world. This is how we can master the current status quo. We need to build that creativity, we need to apply it, and we need to find our new place in the world that has now changed. Our planet really needs more true leadership. It needs people to produce and become creative heroes, and that's you, or you wouldn't be part of this conversation right now. My last point is to share with you that something about what our parents taught us. It's about saying please and thank you often and meaning it, because it produces gratitude. It brings out the best in everyone. So thank you for watching and being part of this moment. Please do get in touch with us to discuss how our coaching sessions could aid your journey going forward. Until next time, stay a legend. Love and respect to you, and we will chat with you on Thursday yet again. Goodbye for now.